Hello YouTubers, Soulmecha here, and today I'll be doing a review on Never Alone. If you haven't heard of the game before, I do recommend going and having a look at it. The reason I'm doing a review now, even though the game has been out for a while, is that it just recently came onto the PlayStation Plus as a download. So if you do have a PlayStation Plus account, go download it, have a look at it. It's quite a short game, so it'll only take you even less than under a day to play and finish. So yeah, have a look at it, see what you think, and I will start my review. Now, I'll just give a basic overview of what the game is about. So you're this little Inupiaq girl, or Alaskan girl, and you go out searching, basically, for a cause of this eternal blizzard that seems to be wrecking everything. No one can go out, no one can hunt, everyone's starving, etc., etc. But of course, it's a very fierce blizzard and you get stuck. You don't get very far and you end up being chased by this polar bear. Lucky for you, this fox appears out of seemingly nowhere and saves you from the polar bear and helps you on your journey trying to find out where this blizzard is coming from and helps you out with a few bosses along the way as well. Now, this fox isn't an ordinary fox at all. He's a spirit fox and he can conjure or summon spirits to help you throughout your journey, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to go very far without him. So he's quite cute, the fox. I liked him a lot. And yeah, so that's basically what the game's about. He climbs up things, can do things that Nana, who's the little girl, can't do. Puts ropes down for her and just generally helps her out, trying to get her home, trying to help her village out with what's going on with the blizzard. So we'll move on to what I didn't like about the game. Basically, there wasn't too much that I disliked about it, and it's more just nitpicking, I think, for me, because I guess it is a multiplayer game, so you can have two people playing, and I think it was meant to be played that way. I played it solo and I found it very difficult at some points, especially during mini boss battles when you were running and you'd have to switch between the characters quite quickly, where you'd have one do one thing and another do another thing. And sometimes when you were being one, say you're being the fox and you're helping Nana out with something, she would automatically jump onto something or crawl onto something or do something on her own, but then sometimes she wouldn't. So it was kind of hard for me there, having to switch between the characters, because I wouldn't know whether or not she would actually jump on automatically, or if the fox would jump on automatically or follow you automatically. So yeah, it was just a bit, throughout the game it was fine. It was just with those boss battles where you had to react quickly, I found it just a bit of an inconvenience there. So I would recommend playing it with two players if you do. I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if I had. The spirits, as gorgeously drawn as they are, they do move very slowly. So although you're, as the fox, you move them, and later on with the game you actually have to control them to help Nana out. In one particular boss fight, and if you play the game you'll kind of see what I mean, having to play as Nana and then switch to the fox and then control and move the spirit, who doesn't move very fast, trying to avoid the boss's fireballs. It was just a bit hard, I think, because the spirit moves so slow, and I died a few times with that, because I just couldn't move her out of the way fast enough, as well as controlling the spirit. So yeah, that was just a bit annoying for that one boss battle, but otherwise it was alright. What else I did find, which was funny at times, if I switched to the fox at some points and I would leave Nana down the bottom, if I'd jump as the fox, sometimes she'd just jump off the edge of things just for no reason whatsoever and, well, die basically, and I'd have to start all over again. That was just more annoying than anything. But yeah, that's basically what I didn't like about the game. The game itself, all up, was pretty good, and like I said, I was just nitpicking there with things that I probably would have liked to do better, like having a second player. Alright, so how about we move on now to what I really liked about the game. Now, the design of it, it's a puzzle game, pretty much. Puzzle solving, platform game, basically. So you do a lot of running and jumping and trying to figure out how to get up things, down things, around things, all that kind of stuff. But you guys know what puzzle platform games are like. It's pretty much basically that. The cutscenes in it, there aren't that many of them, but they are beautifully designed and lovely to watch. I think the tundra, the way they've drawn that, really draws you into the magical land that it actually is, and really gets you to grasp the relationship between this girl and this fox, and which I think is quite cute. And if I could describe this game in one word, it would be cute, because Fox is adorable, and the fact that they're helping each other out is really sweet. The information owl. Now, as you go through the game, there'll be this owl just randomly sitting wherever, and he has information for you about things that you run into. So about the fox, or about the spirits, or about anything really, about the lore behind it. And so you can go, you don't have to look at it, but it's just there. So you can look at things like why the fox is in it, or, you know, why it was this way, or why the story is this way. So it just has some lore and history, which I thought was a nice touch to add to it. The narrator. He narrates the story in his own native tongue, which I think draws you in a bit more to the story, even though you got subtitles on the screen as well. But just the way he speaks, it really draws you into the magic of the story. It gives the characters a bit more depth, gives the whole story a bit more depth. And really, it just makes it all that better, I think. You have a few different villains in it as well, which I enjoyed. The fact that there wasn't just one ultimate villain at the end. Well, I wouldn't call them villains, more like bosses, I guess. So you have 3. You've got the polar bear and the man and then the giant at the end. So you get to take them on a few times. And it was just fun. So I had a good time with it, and I hope you will too. Overall, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. If I played with a second player, I'd probably give it a bit more, because I think it would have been more fun to play with someone else there. But yeah, thanks for listening again, guys. I'm Soulmecha, and I will catch you next time.